Okay, so for this, we're gonna need 2 of one color. So I'm doing 2 blue, 1 yellow. I am going to glue the blue down, okay? And you can see that I have marked, I'm not gonna show you how to do this because I showed you how to do that in the last video. If you are cutting past the center, meaning if you cut into it past the center point, then you're going to need a bigger piece of paper, okay? And so if you look at this one, okay? This goes off the edge, so you need a bigger piece. So I'm gonna make this one a bigger section. This is still 2 1/4 from the top, but this is 3 1/2 in, okay? So I'm gonna put glue on this and put this down. I would lighten the pencil. And some of this stuff I don't feel like I want to go over. I'm going to go a little bit quicker because you already have that knowledge. If you need to see that again, then we can watch the video. Okay, so I'm going to lighten those just a little bit. And put these down. Oh, come on. Okay, so now I would draw my design on my yellow piece. So draw it on the opposite. So this is what I drew. Let's pull this up so you can see it. Maybe. I think you can probably see it on the computer more. But I'm going to go ahead and cut this out, which, voila, there it is. And these are all my pieces. I want you to try and do something different for this one. We're going to push ourselves to create something even better than what we had done before. And so on the last one, we only had 4 pieces that we cut out. So on this one, I want you to try to fit in 6, or I want you to fit in 6. So I'm just fitting these back so you can see where they are, right, and what they look like. You can see all of the 6 pieces that I cut out, okay? I'm going to go ahead and glue this down and glue this yellow on top, and then these are the pieces that get flipped out that you would see. I did, just because I wanted to. This is a little bit abstract, but it is, for me, like some buildings and a sun and clouds and that kind of thing. This one doesn't have to be realistic, but you could put some. I have quite a few people who have been pushing towards that. And so, hey, if you want to go for it, you can on this one. If not, then we will be doing that the next time. Okay, so this is how they're going to flip out. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put glue on this one. I've already cut this out to make this a little bit faster because I had mentioned it to another class that I'm just going to tape this on so you don't have to, I don't have to show you more. And then I made everybody feel like they needed to tape it on because that's what I had done. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this. A long piece here, but I would work from one corner. Make sure that it's not overlapping, and you would want to check and make sure that you have the same size piece. Like, it's possible that my squares are not perfect, okay, and that one is, you know, a tiny bit bigger than another. But we're just going to do our best to try and make this the best that we can. So this one's glued down. I'm only going to show you a section of this because it's going to be the same thing on all of these, and you know how to do that, right? You've done that before. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut this one, and I'm going to cut both of my lines. The first cut that you make, it's not as important that you're right on top of the line, but for the next one, it is very, very important. Okay, so I have my 3 pieces. I'm gonna go ahead and fill them back in so I can keep myself like straight on where I am, especially with these. They look very similar if you were to flip them. So I want to make sure that I put them down so I know what I'm doing. Okay, I would be checking for pencil marks. So like on this one, I would have some pencil that I would want to erase. And then you have to think about which way, where do you need the glue to go? So I'm going to go ahead, maybe I'll use up here. Put the glue on this side and make sure you have enough. You don't have little pieces that are hanging off, but line this up. This does help you see where it needs to go. Okay, and so this would go up towards the top. Okay, this next one, it fits, I think like this. Nope. It's pretty close to circular. It fits like, gosh, which way? Maybe it did. Nope, it has to be the other way. Okay, so this is gonna get flipped and put down. Okay, so glue, flip this into the blue part and line this up. And then this one would get flipped up here. Okay, so actually, look what I just did. Let's trace this before it dries. I also need a piece right up here that would be blue. So let's not glue that down just yet. I'm gonna flip the other side and line this up. I don't want to glue it to it, but I'm gonna line these sections right here up. I'm going too fast. Okay, so right here, right to the edge, and I'm gonna trace so I can make myself a middle piece for right here. Okay, so make sure they're right on the edge. And hold them still. This is a little tricky. Don't let it bend or move. But I'm tracing that middle section. Okay, so that is there. I can put a little more glue on this and go ahead and tack that down. So I'll do this one. Okay, and now I have my blue piece that would go here. So this is important that you are right on top of this, like the best you can. Because if you're not, you're going to have some gaps. Ooh, I'm way too close. Okay, so I'm using this second piece for this section right here. Okay, so that will get glued in here. This one will get glued in right there. And so now I have that 2-color, like I talked about, okay, where you're flipping back and forth. The nice thing is it makes this part look perfect. Okay, you don't have to cut out and do the big piece of blue and the little piece of blue. The only thing that's extra is this. This piece is extra, and this piece back here is extra. That's the only thing that's different from this one to this one. Okay, so you could do this one, so you can do this one as well. Okay, I promise. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this in. I feel like it fits more this way. so we'll put that in this way. Make sure you're erasing your pencil. Not that one. We'll go with this. Okay, and then this will get glued in there. Okay, so this is the same thing. I don't feel like I need to show you all the other ones, the other 5, right? That you can do this and get this done accurately, but you need 2 of one of the colors. So this background color, you're also going to need a piece for the middle section of this. And then don't forget, like I almost did, to trace this one before you glue it down so you can end up having that blue one. Okay, if you want to try some realism with this, you can. Eventually we will with the next one.